Hello everyone and welcome back to Turner's Tutoring. I'm Mr. Turner with our math video for today. And I've been talking about this topic for a while, so I figured I'd choose a worksheet, or digital worksheet you could say, that goes into it. And today we're going into what's called PEMDAS. So this is what is considered orders of operation. So how you proceed in solving an equation when it has multiple orders of operation, and what order you should solve it in. That being said, looking at this worksheet, I am using the education.com again, which is a free resource. You just have to log into it to get it as a free resource of worksheets and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and get started talking about order of operation, and we have a few practice problems. So let's look into this. To solve equations with multiple operations, it is important to know what order you solve them in. And that is as follows: parentheses and other grouping symbols first, then exponents, then you solve multiplication and division from left to right, and then you solve addition and subtraction from left to right. If the problem doesn't have one of these steps, move on to the next step. Meaning, if it has parentheses but it doesn't have exponents and multiplication, you just go straight to addition and subtraction, or in any other way that could appear in the situation given. So I could go through this example, but we're just going to start solving. I am utilizing the Microsoft Whiteboard again, as I always do, and so we're going to be jumping back and forth between those two things, education.com and the Microsoft Whiteboard. Let's go into our first one, which is 9 plus 7 times 8. And this is a nice and simple one. 9 plus 7 times 8. We're going to make sure that I wrote that correctly. 9 plus 7 times 8. And as we see when we're looking at PEMDAS, in the order of which we should solve it, we're supposed to do number 3 first, multiplication and division from left to right, and then we go into addition and subtraction. So we're going to solve 7 times 8, which equals 56. And then I'm going to rewrite my equation. 9 plus 56. 9 plus 56, we add it on. We're going to pull 4 from this to complete it. Our 10 brings us up to 60. We have 5 left over, so that is 65. And I solved that in shorthand and a lot of doing it in my memory, but I'm narrating the steps to make it a little bit easier. We can double check ourselves if we wanted to. We could count on from 9, so we go on 57, 58, 59, 60, that's 4. Then we count on again, 61, 62, 60, 61, 62, and so on and so forth. Wow, I'm mixing that up. I messed that up, but truth be told, it is 65. So that is our first one. I'm going to skip this one because we don't necessarily see too many exponents up to 5th grade, and I don't want you to get lost in it per se. But let's go on to a good parentheses one. We're going to do this one right here. 64 minus, open parentheses, 8 plus 12, close parentheses, times 3. That's a long one. Let's go ahead and write that out. We're going to clear our whiteboard, per se, which just means we're going to move everything over. 64 64 minus open parentheses 8 plus 12 times 3. All right, so PEMDAS says we do not exponents, our parentheses or any grouping symbol first. So parentheses first. 8 plus 12 is 20. I'm going to rewrite my equation. So now I do 20 times 3 because I do multiplication and division next. 20 times 3 is 60. I rewrite my equation. 64 minus 60 and that equals 4. I'm not going into the long form of each part because this is a PEMDAS. You can look at other videos in order to solve and so on and so forth. But that is the main gist of it. We're going to do one more. I'm going to get the whiteboard ready since I'm over on this step anyway. And let's look for one more. Let's do this one. 9 minus 5 in the parentheses times 7 minus 2 times 8. We're going to get our parentheses set up. Parentheses set up. 9 minus 5. Close parentheses. Times 7 minus 2. And notice that I have to keep going back, and that is a-okay if you had to as well. Take your time, and that is math advice for lifetime is I'm a teacher, and even I'm having to go back and relook. Don't try to do things exactly from memory if you can't. We're going to start with parentheses first. 9 minus 5 is 4. Rewrite the equation around the step you just did. And try your best not to write as sloppy as I am. Now, I've got 2 in the multiplication, so as we've said before, we start left to right, and we work our way around. So left to right, we work out 4 times 7. 4 times 7 is 28, and then 2 times 8 is 16. And then whatever is left over after we've solved the 2 multiplication, which is subtraction, and I'm going to do that little trick that we've done in a past math video and just do the place values. 8 minus 6. I'll set up our place values. 8 minus 6 goes in the ones place, which gives us 2. And 2 minus 1 is 1, which gives us 1 in the tens place. So basically that gives us 12. So that being said, we've done 3 equations so far. That is going to be our PEMDAS video. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and leave a comment. It can be silly, or it can be words of encouragement. Right now we are sitting at not as many subscribers as I would like, even though I'm very thankful for everybody and their help and those who are already enjoying these videos. Please help us grow the channel by telling all your friends to subscribe as well. This has been PEMDAS with Mr. Turner on Turner's Tutoring. Thank you for joining us, and I wish you a great rest of your day.